Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to Melinda's Messy Sink. Today's video is our weekly What's for Dinner video. I have 5 delicious dinner ideas for you to hopefully inspire you to cook meals at home for your family. Let's get into the meals. Hey guys, tonight for dinner we are having potluck fried chicken. I have 4 eggs and I'm going to add a half a cup of water. I'm going to give this a good mix. We're going to set that aside. I'm going to clean up my mess room. Now I have some flour in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to add yellow cornmeal, cornstarch, and then I have several seasonings: salt, pepper, oregano, sage, and then I'm adding Chickalika Bam Bam. That is not in the recipe, but I love that stuff on chicken, so I added some Chickalika Bam Bam. I'm going to get those seasonings and everything mixed up in my flour. This is a 2-process cooking. So we start out in the electric skillet and then we move it to the oven. I have my oven preheating on 375 degrees, and then I have my oil in my electric skillet preheating on 375 degrees as well. When I take my chicken out of the electric skillet, I'm going to be putting it on this pan. This pan is going to go in the oven and finish off the chicken. I wanted to show you, I have started this trick whenever I make chicken, fried chicken legs especially. After you clean up your chicken legs, what I do is I do a small deep slit all the way down to the bone. And that helps them cook evenly and cook faster. All right, so before I take you over there, I thought I would just show you. This is the second dip in the egg and flour mixture for these 2 legs. And so I'm just gonna put them on a plate and keep on going. In your electric skillet, you're gonna wanna work in small batches to not crowd the pan. So we're gonna take our first few pieces of chicken and we're gonna drop it down in the oil. We're gonna let this cook 3 to 4 minutes on each side until it's browned up. This chicken will not be done. We're just browning it up. We'll be back when it's time to turn. All right, first 3 minutes is done. It's time to turn. Our first batch is done. We're gonna take them out of the electric skillet and move it onto our cookie sheet. We're gonna put these in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes until the juices run clear. Okay guys, for sides for our chicken tonight, I'm gonna just make some stovetop stuffing. I'm just gonna follow the directions just the way that it's written. And then my husband wants some pork and beans, and he said I don't need to do anything to it other than open it up. So our sides tonight is pork and beans and stovetop dressing. And here's dinner at our house this evening. This is my plate. I'm just having potluck fried chicken and some stovetop stuffing. Hey guys, tonight for dinner we are having skillet fajitas. My husband started out by helping me cut onions, red pepper, green pepper, and orange pepper. I sliced up all my chicken breast into strips, and then we're going to be using this skillet sauce. So I'm going to meet you over on my cooktop. This dinner comes together very, very quickly. All right guys, our chicken is browning. We're going to cook it approximately 6 minutes. I did put a lot more chicken than just one bag calls for, so mine may need to cook a little bit longer. But what I'm doing is just going through and following the directions right here on the package. But step 1 is to get our chicken done. We're gonna take the chicken out of the skillet. Next step, all of our onions and peppers are going in. We're gonna let these soften, and it should take around 8 minutes. All right, guys, so our peppers have softened up, our peppers and onions. And so now what we're gonna do is we are going to add our chicken back in with all their juices. And we're gonna get all this mixed up. And we're gonna start adding our fajita sauce packet. And we're gonna start combining to get that sauce all over the peppers and the chickens. The pepper and the chicken. All right, so we're going to let this come back up to temperature. Make sure that our chicken is all heated back up and that our sauce is spread out. And then I'm gonna meet you back over on my counter because it's almost time to eat. All right, guys, our fajitas are finished. I just put them in this little casserole dish just so that we could scoop them out. We've got some warmed up tortillas. My husband warmed those up while we were finishing up the peppers and onions. And then we have hot sauce, sour cream, and I'm gonna finally finish off this big old bag of taco blend cheese. And that's for dinner tonight at our house. Good evening, guys. Tonight for dinner, we are going to do breakfast for dinner. I am going to make some French toast and some sausage patties. Starting out with, I have my brother-in-law's here visiting, so I'm making a little bit more than normal. I'm starting out with 6 eggs, and I'm just gonna add some milk. I typically don't measure, I've done it, so I just know how to do it, if that makes any sense. We're also gonna add some vanilla. We're gonna give this a good mix. I bought some of this thick Texas toast for our French toast tonight. I thought that would be a change to using some thicker bread so we can kind of see how that goes. So our egg mixture is ready. I'm gonna get my pan going for my French toast, and it's almost time to flip our sausage. All right, guys, I just got my sausage patties flipped. We're gonna cover them back up and let them continue to cook, and we're gonna start warming up our pan for our French toast. At our house, this is our favorite kind of syrup that we use. We pop it in the microwave and warm it up as well. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give my mixture a good mix, and then I'm gonna take a piece of my toast, and I'm sure you've seen this done a million times, and just drop it down in. And then I'm gonna drop it on my skillet. And then I'm gonna drop, all I'm gonna do is just keep repeating that process of dropping my bread in and put it down in the butter. Went ahead and got my microwave turned on so that our syrup can be warming up. And then we're gonna check them and see if it's time to flip. All right, guys, these are finishing up. I'm gonna wait on this last one that we put in to brown up a little bit more, and I'll meet you over on my counter. And here is dinner at our house, French toast and sausage. Good morning, guys. We are starting dinner early today. We are going to be making Tamra's from Southern Wife Everyday Life French onion burgers in our crock pot. First step was just to brown these burgers, not cook them, but just brown them on both sides. I'm gonna take them out of the pan, and I'll meet you over at my crock pot. Okay, guys, hamburgers have been browned on both sides. I have given my crock pot a little bit of a non-stick cooking spray. This is our first time trying this recipe, and it looked so good on her video, so I wanted to give it a try. We are gonna take some French onion soup, just Campbell's French onion soup, and we're gonna pour a little bit in the bottom. Next, we're gonna add a layer of our burgers. And then we're gonna add a little bit more of our French onion soup. We're gonna add in the last 2 burgers. We're gonna add in the rest of our soup. We're gonna top our burger patties with onions. I'm gonna put the lid on and we're gonna cook this for 6 hours on low. All right guys, so what we're doing is we're now toasting our buns, and then once these get browned up, then I'll meet you over on my counter. For side dish tonight, we are going to try these barbecue baked beans from Sam's Club. Okay guys, we're ready to assemble. We got a burger, and then we're gonna add some provolone and put our hot tops on too, our hot bottoms. And then we're gonna let this come together. And here is dinner at our house tonight. French onion bacon burger and barbecue baked beans. Hey guys, tonight for dinner we are having spaghetti with meat sauce. I have browned my hamburger and I am going to drain it off, and then we are just going to use regular old ragu traditional sauce tonight. So let me get my hamburger drained and I'll be right back. My water has come up to temperature to boil, and I'm just using the Great Value brand spaghetti. And then over in this pot is my spaghetti sauce, and I have drained my hamburger. I'm just gonna get it added to that sauce. I'm gonna give the sauce a quick mix and then put a lid on it and let it come up to temperature. I'm gonna cook my pasta till al dente, and the direction says 10 to 11 minutes. I've got my oven preheating for my garlic bread as well. As our sauce and noodles continue to finish up, I've got my garlic bread on my cookie sheet. It's just a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. I am using the New York Texas toast garlic bread, and my oven is preheating to 425, I think. Let me look. Yeah, it's preheating to 425, and I'm just cooking it as the directions on the box say. And this is dinner tonight at our house. Spaghetti with meat sauce and garlic bread. All right, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the potluck chicken. So this was our first time making that chicken, and the coating was good. It was a little thick, but my biggest hang up with that recipe was that I had to dirty my electric fryer, my electric skillet, and then I had to turn around and dirty up another pan to put it in the oven. If I already had my electric skillet out, it would have just made more sense to go ahead and fry the chicken. That's my own personal observation, but I did want to call that out. It just felt like double duty in having to fry and then turn around and bake. Otherwise, all of our other meals were great this week. There were a few old staples and a couple of new ones to share. Thank you so much for following along. I definitely appreciate you guys so much, and I am so humbled by all of your support. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. I'll see you guys in the next one.